nights camping and hiking in Yosemite with his loved one. Yeah, it's nice. Shut down all the technology, let himself detach from worldly worries and just disconnect. Fully took in the wonder and magnificence, these are his words by the way, of our Earth. It was an incredible experience and he can't wait to embark on his next adventure. Lou's speech today is from the Confident Communicator Manual, project number 5, Your Body Speaks. Title is A Defining Moment, Madam Timer. As for 9 minutes, the objectives of this project are twofold. Use stance, movement, gestures, facial expressions, and eye contact to express your message and also achieve your speech purpose. Give up some love for Lou!
When a defining moment comes along, you either define the moment or the moment defines you. This is a quote from my all-time favorite golf movie, Tin Cup, where golfer Rory McIlroy steps up to a challenge where the odds are not at his favor. Golf used to play a big part of my life. In fact, the reason I moved from New Jersey to San Diego was to work for a golf company. I started out there as an intern, and I took the first job that opened up in the accounts receivable credit department. Honestly, I would have taken the job as a janitor. I didn't care. I was just so excited to have my foot in the door, working at a company that surrounded the game I loved. I knew that with my will and determination, I'd somehow find a way to work my way up the company. All while knowing this, for 2 years, I found myself getting comfortable and somewhat complacent. I believe when a lot of us have something good going on, we lose sight on taking a risk on something great. July 10th, 2014, I was presented with an opportunity to do something great, a truly defining moment in my life. So at 7:15 a.m., just getting to work, getting my computer started up for the day ahead. I'm feeling a little low about myself. The weekend before was July 4th weekend, and I lost both my phone and my wallet. Let's just say a little too much fun. I go grab my morning coffee, I sit back down, only to notice our CEO walking around the corner and around my desk and up to his office. Now, the only reason that I got to work so early is because we were dealing with customers on the East Coast. Normally, the executives upstairs didn't get in until around 9 or 9:30. Knowing this, it was clear to me that no one would be upstairs besides the CEO. That's when I got that little whisper in the back of my head. What if you went upstairs and just told them that you wanted to advance in the company? Now, I bet if you ask anyone in any company if they wanted to advance, they'd probably say yes. But how many people had the guts to just go up and tell their CEO that? Believe me, I didn't think I was one of these people either. I laughed at the thought, and I tried getting back to work. Only, I kept getting this nervous, excited feeling inside me, and my heart would jump just thinking about what the outcome could bring. I couldn't think about anything else. The thought, it paralyzed me until I thought I could finally maybe do this. So I decided to get out and go into a warehouse and see if I can talk myself up to do this. So here I am. You're not going to do this. I can't believe you're thinking about doing this. You might actually be able to do this. I started slowing my breathing down, give myself some words of encouragement. You can do this. I think I'm ready. I head out into the stairwell, start heading up the stairs. 1, 2, 3. I retreat. Not ready. So I head back, grab a cup of water, I head back out into the warehouse. a sip. Focus. You got this. One last sip of water, I think about what I'm going to say. Head out, back up to the stairwell. 1, 2, 3. And on the step that I retreated last, I said to myself, you're fully committed. There's no turning back. And on that next step, I just went. And what happened next was somewhat unconscious. The words, my body language, it just kind of came out of me. I get up into his office, poke my head in. Bob, you got a minute? You could tell that he's surprised yet intrigued. I walk inside. I could be the best credit analyst that you've ever seen, but I know that I have a lot more to offer this company. What happened next was a 20-minute conversation about my background and career aspirations. He told me that he wished he had 160 employees that were just like me. And at the end of it, he explained that there weren't any positions open, but I'd definitely be on his mind for the future. I left that meeting feeling like a David that just conquered Goliath. I didn't even care what happened in the future, because I knew in my soul that this was a defining moment that I could always look back on. A lesson in what happens when you fully commit. If I did nothing, that moment would have defined me as a coward, someone who doesn't act on a call to adventure. Instead, I defined the moment. I took responsibility and I pushed past the fear. I chose how I was going to be seen as, but more importantly, I chose how I was going to see myself. So I get back to my desk, and I'm high as a kite on this feeling that I didn't know was inside of me. Remember I told you how I lost my wallet the weekend before? Well, I was too crazy to focus on any work, so I thought to myself, man, there will never be a happier person waiting in line at the DMV than I would be right now. So I go to my manager's office, and I tell him my emotions are too crazy and I can't focus on work. I ask him if I can go to DMV so I can get a new license, and he says yes. So there I am, standing in a line that wraps around the corner, smiling ear to ear, not so silently singing the words to Jay-Z and Kanye West, "Who Gon' Stop Me," in my headphones, and not so silently singing the words under my breath. The people around me were either questioning my sanity or my sobriety. And in fact, I was high. Only this feeling isn't something that you could take from the outside. It's something you have to work harder for. It's a feeling that comes from within. A feeling that became my new addiction. I stood in that line for 4 hours in complete bliss while I waited to get my new license. And what I love most about that day is the reminder it provides me. Whenever I'm faced with a challenge or defining moment, all I have to do is take out my wallet, look at my ID, and ask myself, what would have that guy done on that day? And what I've come to learn in the past year is that every moment of life is a defining moment, especially the ones in which we are challenged in. It simply comes down to making a choice on how you're going to look at it. From sitting in traffic to the loss of a job, making a choice to define the moment and not let the moment define you. Thank you.